Hey everybody, welcome to Craig's studio, also known as the bedroom. We are going to work on upper body a little bit today. Hands, wrists, fingers, a little bit of brain work, and a little bit of relief of shoulder tension and neck, and so on and so forth. This is for my mobility power group, but it's accessible and available and relevant for everybody. So let's just jump right in. First off, we're going to do some warm-ups here. We're going to do some shoulder, arm. We'll start with the upper body stuff first. We're going to take arms out to the sides. We're going to make small circles. Fingers are pointing up. If you have any kind of shoulder impingements, arms down here works just fine. Another good one, if you have rotator cuff issues, is pot stirs. You can lean against a chair, just kind of leaning over, and let your arm go around in a circle. Just warming up, loosening up that shoulder. Go in opposite directions. If you're doing the pot stir, make sure you get both arms in there. If you're doing the arms out to the side, we're still going forward. I'm trying to keep the tension out of my neck and out of my shoulders. And then we're going to reverse direction and go backwards. Same thing if you're doing those pot stirs, just make sure you go both directions. Make sure you get both arms in there. If you don't need a chair for support, you can just lean over and use both arms, stir two pots. Had good soup for lunch today. Sweet potato corn chowder with some red peppers. It was good. Going to point fingers down and make bigger circles. Going backwards still. And again, if you're doing the pot stirs, just try to make it a big pot. And then reverse direction on that. Just taking these arms forward, warming up shoulder muscles, shoulder joints, getting fluid build up, not built up, but moving around in those shoulder joints. You might feel some warmth kicking in those shoulders. And then just shake that out. We're going to take our head and we're going to tilt it to one side. I'm letting it, right ear go to right shoulder. Just tilting over. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm breathing in through my nose, breathing out through my mouth. No finger in, no finger in. But I just washed my hands, so even if it did, it would be okay. Keeping that tilt, and I'm looking up slightly. I feel that stretch change, different parts here. It moved to a different part on this side of the back. Stayed about the same here, but nice stretch. I'm not forcing my head, I'm just letting gravity work. You got 7 or 8 pounds on top of your neck. Let gravity work and let that weight benefit you. If you're exceptionally intelligent, you might have 9, 10 pounds up there. That's great for you. If you're getting old like me, brain shrinks over time. I probably got 5 pounds in there these days, but I try to use it better and more efficiently every day. I try to keep working my brain. I look back forward and then bring my head up. I'm going to go to the other side. 30 seconds is a good muscle stretch. Muscle memory kicks in about 30 seconds. Your body tends to go to a different level of relaxation. And your brain and muscle register that, oh, okay, that didn't feel too bad. So the next time you go to do it, it knows where it's going. It doesn't give quite as much resistance. And again, I'm just letting tilt, and then I'm looking up. Slow and steady on those movements. When you do move, you don't want to pull a disc out of place here or vertebra out of joint. Unless you live with a chiropractor, in which case they can help you fix that up right away. Again, I'm slowly looking down toward the floor, keeping that tilt. And then I'm bringing my head up to the side and back up. I'm gonna let my head rotate around in a circle a little bit. I'm not pushing it or forcing it with muscles. I am just letting my head rotate around its axis. Very shallow. I'm not going far in any direction. That can help if you did add a little muscle in those head tilts. If something wanted to get feeling like it was going to slip out of joint, this very gentle movement, slow movement can help kind of balance everything back again. Again, just know your body, know the feeling, don't push any of it. And coming back to center. We're going to inhale, reach our arms overhead, interlace fingertips, and I'm pushing palms up toward the ceiling. If you have shoulder impingements, bent elbows are fine, and hands down is fine. You want to straighten those elbows as much as you can, as much as your shoulder range will allow. I like to be up here. I have rotator cuff issues, but I work hard at overcoming them and keeping them supple. So I've had rotator surgery, but it doesn't seem to bother me too much. I have pretty good range of motion. Bring my elbows back beside my ears, a little further back. And then I'm going to bring my hands forward, flip my palms, arms are straightened, elbows are straight, shoulders are rounded. I'm letting my chin fall in towards my chest. Again, if you have shoulder issues and that's a problem for you, just hands here, tuck the chin. You don't even have to have hands engaged in any particular way, but tuck your chin and let your back and shoulders round in on yourself. Kind of curl, coil up. Feel a nice stretch in your back. Counter to what we're usually doing in these classes where we're trying to open up front side body, you need to balance. You can't just open your front side body all the time. Gravity helps you because we're always in a position where our posture is curling us in, but we tend to only go so far. It is also a good thing to go beyond that normal point and get nice and curled. You have erector spinae muscles that run each side of your spine. You need to stretch those as well as everything else. So, as I'm coming back up and releasing, gonna come back here to center. We'll do a couple of power-ups to open our front side body. So on our exhale, we're gonna lean forward. And on our inhale, open up nice and wide. Exhale, open up nice and wide. Exhale, open up nice and wide. One more. Exhale, and open up nice and wide. We're going to work on our fingers, wrists, forearms. Going to extend. Let's see, what do we do? Extend our left hand, reach it out. So I'm just fingers pointing down, straight arm here. Using my right hand, I'm going to pull each finger gently in towards my body. And I'm just going finger to finger. I'm not pulling hard, I'm pulling firmly, and I'm pulling smoothly. When I get to my ring finger, I always have a tingle that comes from my neck all the way through my shoulder, through the bicep, tricep, through my elbow, down my forearm, into my wrist. It's that carpal nerve that runs part of an array of nerves that come off of your neck, down through your arm. It's a large nerve, radiates a lot. Feels good. And bring the thumb in, but the thumb should come in from the side. So I'm pulling sideways. I'm getting a little bit of lateral movement here in my wrist. A nice stretch. And all my fingers together, flat palm on there, and I'm pushing my palm toward you. I'm really trying to exaggeratedly push that palm right at you. And then I'm going to switch arms. You can shake it out if you like, just loosen up a little bit. Other arm out, one finger at a time. Again, nice and gentle. Even if you're down here, if holding arm up is a problem, no issues. Just do it here. You're stretching your fingers and your wrist. Doesn't have to be everything that we're doing here. You're still getting the benefits. include the thumb. Palm flat and really push it forward. You might feel different tingles or different feelings in each arm because they are different. Sometimes your nerve slides smoothly through your fascia, through the muscle tissues. Sometimes it gets sticky and stuck. Sometimes that's what that stretch feeling is. It's working its way loose. And coming back, we're going to do some flash type finger flick type motions here. We're going to reach up and grab some fruit. We're going to grab an apple. This is going to, one, have your fingers flex and open, nice and wide. It's going to have you focus on your fingers. As you pull back down, we're going to pick apples, and as you pull back down, I want you to squeeze that apple as hard as you can, as if your life depended hanging on to it, because that will engage forearm muscle, bicep, tricep, and shoulder, and you'll get a nice static, dynamic, isometric type workout here in your upper body. So nothing fancy, nothing special. I'm just reaching up and I'm flicking and I'm looking at my hands as I do it, as I grab that apple, squeeze it, and I'm pulling it back down. Other side, flick at that apple, grab it, pull it back down, flick, grab, squeeze, pull, flick, grab, squeeze, pull, flick, grab, squeeze, pull. Actually, why don't you verbalize that? Flick, grab, squeeze, pull, flick, grab, squeeze, pull, left flick, grab, squeeze, pull, right flick, grab, squeeze, pull, left grab, squeeze, pull, right grab, squeeze, pull, left grab, squeeze, pull, right grab, squeeze, pull, left grab, squeeze, pull. We're only doing a few just as examples. You can continue, you can keep doing them, you can pause, you can do this tape over a couple of different times and get a nice workout. You can incorporate different parts of this into daily stretching, so on and so forth. So, next thing we're going to do is the queen wave. You ever seen the queen wave? Arm up, and she's going like this. Girl's got muscles, man, because she could do this all day long. And it fatigues the heck out of your arm and your shoulders. Doesn't feel like you're doing much at first, but I tell you what, repetitive motion really, really wears on your body. I can feel temperature in my arm and shoulder warming up as I'm doing this. I'm just rotating that hand, trying to get as much range of motion as I can, trying to keep the arm relatively steady. I am pronating and superpronating or supinating, whatever that is called in there. It's escaping me at the moment. I think we're close in that, but we're not here to know the names. We're here to know the movement. And then other side. Again, you could be standing on a balcony waving down. If you have shoulder issues, getting a range of motion where it feels okay to you. I like this one because it works my shoulders and I get a nice range of motion here. But again, don't force your arm into a place of pain with your shoulder just to try to have it up here. You can do these at the same time. You can do lots of variations. Be creative. Make it your workout. Make it your session. Make it your practice. And shake it out. Let's bring our hands up onto our shoulders and make circles. We're going to add a little brain element here in a second. I'm going forward and then I'm going backward. I'm going forward. And then my right arm continues forward and my left arm starts going backward. It usually requires a reset of my brain. I have to stop, think mentally. Even if I don't stop moving, I have to stop, think. What am I doing? Make myself do that with my brain. Reverse. Whoops, I was going, okay. Again, this is practice, not perfect. Just like yoga, yoga practice. Nobody ever calls it yoga perfect. Reverse. Reverse. Doesn't have to be pretty either. And relax, release. Let your head just be groovy for a minute. Picture pour, pitcher pour. You ever go to a restaurant, good waiter or waitress, waiter, pouring water out of a pitcher, pouring it from the side, not out of the spout, because the spout invariably will spill, splash. You'll have ice cubes all over you. So, good ones, pour it from the side. Arm out, tilt and pour. I'm trying to get my thumb, it's currently up, I'm trying to get it all the way down. That's a good visual cue, good visual indicator. Again, I'm only going to do a couple of these on each side. You'll get the hang of it. You can do these on your own. Just picture pour, pitcher pour. I don't like that thumb so much. Kind of the thumbs up, thumbs down. And it just has, I don't like that so much, but it does help you give a visual indicator that you're getting the range and the turn. So as long as you're just using it for that and not giving people good or bad thoughts, then feel free to use it. And coming back, we're going to do some Satnams. It's a yogic meditative thing. It doesn't have to have more meaning than you want it to. But Satnam means your true identity, your true inner being. It is what is what you are made up of. We're made up full of energy throughout all of our life and life cycles and all that stuff. So Satnam is a breakdown of a couple of words. Satanama. Sa is birth, ta is life, na is rebirth. No, I'm getting that wrong. Sa is birth, ta is life, na is change in life, and ma is rebirth. So sa, ta, na, ma. Birth, life, change, rebirth. We all go through phases in life. We all go through cycles in life. All of that goes through some cyclical pattern, whether they're short ones or long ones, whether it be, like throughout the day, your moods change, your rhythms change, your energy level changes, all that stuff. We're filled with patterns. We're filled with balance and imbalance, and life just has this circle element to it, and that is Satanama. And it's a good way to do some finger exercises. It's a good way to work your brain as well. And we're going to do one hand at a time. Thumb to index finger, the OK sign, is Sa. Thumb to middle finger is Ta. Thumb to ring is Na. Thumb to pinky is Ma. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And you can do them in any orientation that you like. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. It is a good meditative thing. We're going to do it kind of in a non-meditative way, because I'm going to ask you to articulate and verbalize and be as loud as you can be in the environment that you're in. If you're waking up the dog or your significant other, you may want to be more meditative, like. Or if you got free reign, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma. Take an opportunity to breathe. Sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma. And again, you can use it as a speed puzzle too, for one, coordination as well as getting your brain to work. Sa ta na ma, 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 sa ta na ma. And believe it or not, I'm not asking you to. I'm just telling you what I believe and what I have experienced to be true. These are energy connections. They're meridians or energy lines in your body, and they connect different ones. And this is a way to do that. I feel different parts of my body tingle just a little bit. I mean, I'm not feeling like, 20 watts of power going on here or anything else like that, but I can certainly feel my body responding and reacting differently with each one of those movements. The one most notable for me is when I go from thumb, index, my body is tense. I feel this tenseness, especially right in here in this scalene muscle. And when I go to that middle finger, it immediately goes away. There's a change in the muscle structure. There's a change in the energy line. There's just a change in your body. So anyway, just be mindful. Try to notice that a little bit. Do this for different reasons. The meditative one, try to feel the changes in your body as you go, and maybe do it quietly. You're just envisioning the words in your mind. Sa, ta, na, ma. Other times, do it as a speed puzzle. Sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. Other times, do it as a verbalization, a way to enunciate, a way to get the breath out and then have to catch your breath again. Sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. I love you all. I wish you well. I wish you peace. I wish you much safety. And above all, I wish you happiness. Enjoy. Be well until we see each other again, my friends. Namaste.